Hello everyone! The Star Wars The Old Republic developers have revealed what's coming up with Update 7.6.1. Most importantly, the details about Galactic Season Season 8. In this video, we'll be going over everything they announced about the next update. While we don't have a date for that Update 7.6.1, we do know it will likely be coming sometime in late March. Update 7.6.1 will be including Galactic Seasons Season 8, which will be focused around a twist to an existing piece of content, new Basilisk Droid rewards, new dynamic encounter achievements, and of course, new Cartel Market items. Let's start off though with talking about the story and the story delay. The developers had a goal of having a new romance date night storyline every time there was a new Galactic Season, so every update that ends with a .1. Unfortunately, during the production of both the previous update, which should have included story, as well as Update 7.6.1, there is an ongoing video game voice actor strike. The developers didn't name the strike specifically, but they said in their announcement that there's still some things we're waiting on, so we're not going to be releasing a date night alongside 7.6.1. We're going to be pushing that out to a future update. Until the strike is resolved, we probably won't see any of the main storyline be added to the game because of course the developers want us to be able to hear our characters. Here's what SAG-AFTRA, the actors union, said about the strike. SAG-AFTRA members went on strike against video game employers on July 26, 2024. The strike was called after more than 18 months of negotiations with some of the largest video game companies ended without a deal. The employers rebuffed our proposals for consent, compensation, and transparency around the use of AI and instead have countered with loophole-filled language that negates any protections they claim to offer. While we don't have any details about exactly who negotiates with SAG-AFTRA, we do know that the SWTOR game has multiple layers. There's the SWTOR development team, they're within the studio Broadsword, and they have the publisher, EA. So, if you see any players saying, "Where's the story?" make sure to let them know there's an ongoing strike that's actually starting to affect more and more games online. Now that we covered what's not coming with Update 7.6.1, the story, let's talk about what is coming with 7.6.1. Like I said, likely in late March. Galactic Seasons Season 8 is the main ticket item for this update. If you're not familiar with it, Galactic Seasons is an ongoing, limited time reward track system. It usually lasts for around 5 months, though the last one ran a little longer. And it's something that I actually really enjoy because it gives me a lot of reason to play with other people or to play alone and to do types of content I might not normally play on my own because the rewards are usually pretty cool. Each of the seasons have had a theme and unique rewards related to the theme. This season's focus for Season 8 is going to be uprisings. And they had teased this theme in a previous announcement where they said we'd be going back to do a type of content we may not have played in a while. I've run into quite a few players who have never tried or even heard of Uprisings. Uprisings are kind of some story light flashpoints, maybe 10 to 15 minutes max, that you can run, but they were previously only available for level 70 and up, and they were kind of tied into the story. They don't tend to happen very often even in the group finder. For this season, however, they are doing a major change. Uprisings will now be available for everyone, so free to play, preferred, and subscribed, and can be available as early as level 10, so we'll all be able to play Uprisings together in groups of 4. In addition to those really nice changes bringing even more content available for low-level and free-to-play players, they're adding some fun temporary changes. They basically said, we're gonna let you break them a bit. The story focuses around a silly returning character named Kai Zykin, who is gonna hit you up on the comlink. He's gonna be like, hey, Zerka has handed me some amazing new experimental but totally safe technology. And as you know, a galactic, famous, powerful individual, you seem like the best person to test out this technology for me. As we talked about earlier, we probably won't see any voice acting in this update due to the strike, but they'll probably be making good use of the comlink. The comlink is a new feature that's a different way of presenting quests that don't have voice acting, but does allow player choices, kind of like the Knights of the Old Republic style black bar cutscenes. This was first introduced in the last update and is designed for side quests and additional commentary, but we may see it more and more as a staple of the game as the voice actor strike continues. So let's talk about these temporary season-only changes. Apparently there are 3 new weapons being added to Uprisings. We don't really know if they're replacing or being alongside the existing ones upgrades in there, but the developers basically said they're experimental and there may be some type of drawback that could happen. I guess we'll find out when we go in when the season starts. The first temporary weapon, every 5th enemy that is defeated will explode, causing a damaging AoE effect. The second is the Zerka combat drones buff, where drones will assist you in taking your enemies down. And lastly, the third weapon will be the experimental radiation field buff, which is a devastating point-blank AoE that'll help you mow down your enemies. Apparently that last one was the developer's favorite. Okay, so the theme of the content of this season is uprisings, and for those of you who have never tried them before, I hope you enjoy jumping into them for the first time. The rewards, however, have a totally different theme. Instead, they decided to focus on the theme of Coruscant and Dromund Kaas. However, I think the devs really like Andor, especially with Season 2 recently being announced. A few Andor-related rewards have also stuck into this season. The most interesting reward by far was actually 2 new hairstyles, which are part of the rewards for Galactic Seasons Season 8. There's the Senator's Consort hairstyle, which we did get a really nice preview of, and which is based on Perrin Furtha's hair in Andor, and a second hairstyle we haven't seen yet called Regal Consort. The largest rewards that we'll be getting as part of Season 8 will be 2 new mounts inspired by Andor as well, the Coruscanti Compact Cruiser and the Kaas Compact Cruiser. As always, there will be new pets. They showed us some new dyes, including matte gray and metallic light copper, and metallic blue and matte gray, some really nice new Coruscant and Dromund Kaas themed decorations, a bunch of titles as always, and they also said there will be the usual type of rewards as well that we usually see on the track. So that's Galactic Seasons Season 8. In short, we're going to be jumping back into Uprisings. Uprisings are going to be different. Uprisings are going to be available for level 10 and upwards, including free-to-play, preferred, and subscribed, and a whole bunch of rewards related to Andor, Coruscant, and Dromund Kaas will be on the track. Just like Galactic Season 8 is a continuation of an existing system, they are also adding on to the Venture system in terms of Bessie, the Basilisk Droid. Bessie is meant to be a long-term achievement that you can earn, mostly as a solo player. If you've been enjoying earning Bessie, she now has 4 new colors that you can get for her, 4 new companion customizations, including the Defender, Support, Combat, and Aerodium Plating. These will be earned in much the same way you earned her other levels, where you continue with the training modules, earn new parts to turn in for the new customizations and colors, in addition to some credits. They also said in 7.6.1, players can also find new Bessie training modules for completing dynamic encounters on Hoth and Tatooine. I'm still waiting for more details on whether this is available while working on Bessie or only after you've earned her. Speaking of dynamic encounters, new achievements are being added to the existing encounters on Hoth and Tatooine in 7.6.1. There's currently a ton of achievements in dynamic encounters, all related to doing X amount of the dynamic encounters on the planet. However, they're going to add more specific and interesting achievements to the encounters. I've had quite a few people ask me, are they looking to add more dynamic encounters to other planets? It definitely sounds like yes, they're just not coming with this update. I'm guessing they want to iron out all the bugs before they add any new ones. Another thing many players have been asking about is the character modernization changes. While the many other technical changes have been widely well received, including the graphical changes and updates to the planet textures and lighting, character modernization has received many more complaints from players. The first update to character graphics came in update 7.6, so the last update, after 2 rounds of testing before its launch on the public test server. But players have continued posting their side-by-sides or pictures and screenshots of the way they are unhappy with the changes to their character or other companions and NPCs. While other players may have hardly noticed any changes, some types of characters especially had noticeable changes to the way they look, with Chiss being the most noticeable with strangely splotchy skin, and complaints about characters and NPCs having aged, having more defined eye wrinkles, and strangely softened ab muscles. You can see in the background here, I took a quick video showing off some of the strange Chiss changes, as I didn't even notice them for a long time until I dressed my character down to take pictures for the website. In other cutscenes and lighting, the changes are hardly noticeable at all. So with that in mind, some players have been asking for both fixes and more information for a while now, and we're hoping to get more info from the live stream. Unfortunately, not a ton more information was shared. In short, short, they said they're reworking source assets to address wrinkles and muscle definition, reworking textures to fix neckline seams, improving textures on vibrant color species such as Chiss. They have additional goals of improving the fidelity of the lighting in the preview window to make sure it matches what you see in-game, as well as to continue modernizing the other species they haven't touched yet, like the Twi'leks. They said we won't see any changes with 761, but not too long after 761 comes out, they'll be releasing the public test server specifically for character modernization, and they'll be continuing to update it and change modernization graphics throughout the year. I wish I had more concrete news about that, but that's what we've got. If you'd like to read or watch more specifically what they said about character modernization, feel free to click the link in the description of this video for the written guide. Moving on to what is coming up with update 7.6.1, as always, there will be a whole bunch of new Cartel Market items. The Old Republic's already released 2 themed utility bundles, and 2 more are on the way based on Dromund Kaas and Coruscant. While I'm pretty happy using the basic crafted ones, a lot of players said they like these, especially for their guild ships. Another new Cartel item will be the Peerless Explorer's Enviro suit, which is apparently Skeleton Crew inspired. Enjoy your fishbowl helmet. And lastly, they're going to be cycling out some of the items that are currently in the Cartel Market, most specifically items that haven't been very popular or selling very well, to kind of clean up the 40 billion pages of weapons available on the Cartel Market. Take a quick peek on the on sale tab of the Cartel Market, and everything, likely except the dyes, will be moving 2 weeks after it goes on sale, and they'll be going category by category. We're seeing some weapons, which are apparently less popular weapons, on sale for as little as 50 cartel coins, and we might see some other good sales coming up in the future of lesser known items. On top of those new Cartel Market items, there will be a new Master the Fight bundle. The Master the Fight bundle is 180-day subscription time, so 6 months, plus 5,500 cartel coins, plus an extra 100 cartel coins per month on top of the normal 500. And most noticeably, this Master the Fight bundle will come with the Storm 1 mount. Much like the previous Master the Fight mount that came out, this one will have the little speed boost ability attached to it that you can click to go even faster, and this new Storm 1 mount will be the 3rd pet-enabled mount in the game, allowing you to put your mini pet beside it. Apparently players like that little speed boost ability because they will also be adding a separate new legacy perk that allows you to click an ability to give yourself a speed boost while riding your speeder. This will be the same ability available on the Starbolt and the upcoming Storm 1 mount, but it will be for all of your mounts. It's essentially speeder piloting rank 6, and it will be only available to subscribers. They also said they'll have some special login rewards and special subscriber rewards coming up around Star Wars Celebration, a Star Wars convention in Japan in April 2025, so keep your eyes open for some more free stuff. They also teased the next update, so update 7.7. They said basically the next update, 7.6.1, will go out sometime in March. Right after that, they'll put character modernization on the public test server. Then, later on, the 7.7 public test server will be going up afterwards. So late March, early April or something like that, they said. And that will include Master Mode of XR53 Replicator. So a Nightmare Mode boss being added to the game. Awesome. They also said in update 7.7, they're looking to expand Dynamic Encounter to some other places. So we might see Dynamic Encounters on some other planets then. They also said beyond that, we're obviously continuing development of story, so stay tuned for more details when we communicate more about what's going on with that. Like I said at the beginning of the video, the voice actors video game strike is currently ongoing, so we kind of have to wait for that to be resolved before we'll see more story in the game. I hope you enjoyed this video going over what's coming up in update 7.6.1, mainly focused around Galactic Season Season 8. If you want to see even more details or want to learn what might be coming after update 7.6.1, take a look at the written version of this guide in the description of this video. Do you like these types of in-depth guides that show off what's coming up in your favorite game? Or want to show your support for the future of these guides? Visit Swtorista.com/support. And hey, if you want more videos like this to show up on your YouTube homepage, subscribe to this channel. As always, may the Force be with you.